Hello everyone, how you doing? And welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And to be honest, I'm actually having a pretty good day because, you know, today is actually my birthday. And I do enjoy a good old birthday. I had a few presents, I saw my family. And, you know, I'm not really much of a materialistic guy. But today, I actually received one of the best gifts I've received in quite a while. And that gift comes from the media. And you know, it's always interesting to me when the media and a YouTuber like myself, for example, combine with each other because, you know, most of the time it just creates what I would like to know as a complete clusterfuck. And this week it is no different because we got ourselves a good old article from our favourite news company, the Daily Mail. And never will I ever repeat that sentence that I just said because, you know, I personally like to know the Daily Mail as the second worst newspaper in Great Britain. Personally, I would know the Daily Mail as the Onision of newspapers.
I'm a banana, I'm a banana, I'm a banana. Look at me, man!
Now imagine that, but instead of calling every other YouTuber a paedophile and bullshitting about most things you talk about, you have the Daily Mail who pretty much just bullshit about everything. YouTube, virtually unknown US vlogger and his 8,000 fans bring Birmingham City to a shock standstill with extra police drafted in amid crush fears as he opens a cosmetics store. Yes, the virtually unknown vlogger with 13.8 million subscribers. You know, I just wish that I was virtually unknown. I think my life would be much better. And you know, what I don't get about this headline is the fact that they've called him virtually unknown, but in the same headline, they've said that he brought Birmingham City to a standstill. Yeah, you know, Birmingham City, the second biggest city in Great Britain, you know, just behind London, and you know, bringing that city to a standstill, but you know, he's virtually unknown. Now, obviously, this virtually unknown vlogger that they are talking about today is none other than good old James Charles.
Hi sisters, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Now, if you truly somehow don't know who James Charles is, he's basically an extremely popular American YouTuber who makes vlogs, beauty YouTubers, all of that good stuff. And recently, he took a trip from America all the way over to Great Britain. And you know, I feel like it must be a little bit of a weird experience for American YouTubers when they come over to good old Great Britain because, you know, not only do we have a terrible set of media, but also we have a set of very different YouTubers. I mean, American YouTubers make videos like this, teaching the Dolan twins and Emma Chamberlain how to do makeup. And that's great, that is wonderful. That is a typical American vlogger YouTube video, but in Great Britain, it's a little bit different because we really don't have that many beauty YouTubers, but you know, we do have this.
So me and Morgan are staying in London this weekend. We've got separate hotel rooms and I thought I need to get back at Morgan. I need to get into his hotel room and stay there overnight without Morgan knowing.
Now in that clip, we have Morgs' mum, a very popular YouTuber over here in good old Great Britain, and in that clip, she's actually talking about, you know, her son, and it's a little bit weird when you think about it. And you know, James, if you're watching this, just do us a favour over in Britain. I know you've come over and you've enjoyed the country, but you know, can you just take Morgs and his mum with you? That would be lovely. Now, as I was talking about, the article that I just showed you guys basically came from James Charles's trip to England when he came over to Birmingham and pretty much did a store opening. I'm not too sure what really was going on, but it did result in this insane clip. Now, first off, I just have to say, it is pretty insane and surreal to see YouTubers doing these sort of things in real life. Not just making videos on the internet, but having massive followings come out to one place like this. It's just insane. It is so mental to see where YouTube has gone. But I have to say, when you look at the guy at 5 seconds in, he just looks so disappointed with what is going on at this event. And you know, I probably can't blame him because he's probably just had 5 pints He's just seen Birmingham City lose to Norwich and, you know, he's now been dragged out to this. Now, to be fair, I'm not exactly somebody that is into makeup, but come on, mate, just lighten up. It's not the end of the world. It isn't a Jake or a Logan Paul meetup, so, you know, just put a smile on your face. Now, this event pretty much just led to the media going into a complete frenzy because, you know, they just realized that YouTubers are now the popular people in the world. And, you know, we can't take their spotlight. We can't take the attention that the media are getting because, you know, we're big and evil YouTubers. Now, the thing is, with the article that I previously mentioned, James Charles actually came out and called out the Daily Mail. And as soon as he called them out, they actually changed the title of the article. I'm just a kid with a few blending brushes. How teenage makeup vlogger James Charles, whose 8,000 screaming fans brought Birmingham City to a standstill, built a $6 million future with his 13 million followers. Now, a little message to the writer of this article: if you're gonna be a snide little prick about a YouTuber who is much more successful than you, then at least have some balls when it comes to being called out, especially when you get called out by the guy you're writing about. Now, to be honest, you are probably wondering at this point what the mistake James Charles made in the situation was because of the title of the video. Well, basically, I feel like it is a big mistake for James Charles to call out media outlets like the Daily Mail because they are such terrible news outlets. News outlets like The Sun and the Daily Mail and pretty much most British press just put out these bait articles for YouTubers to react to. And I know that I'm doing that right now, but I don't get the same attention that James Charles has. So I feel like the little guys should talk about it. But when somebody like James has such a big following, I think that for his own sake, he just shouldn't respond to these articles because that, at the end of the day, is what they want. And James has, to be fair to him, acknowledged it on his Twitter page, and it's not really a criticism I'm making because I know personally when the media call you out or they lie about you, you just want to go in on them because the BBC lied about me in an article before and I made a video about them. So I can understand James's temptation in this situation, but I would advise in the future to not do that because it is all these media companies want at the end of the day. Now, going back to this article, it is pretty funny to me that the news writer of this article pretty much just has no integrity whatsoever because the article is pretty much just about James Charles's earnings. And there was a key reason for this, and I will always say this when talking about the media. It's just the fact that the media just don't like us as YouTubers. They think we are pretty much just horrible old bastards because, you know, we pretty much took about 90% of their audience when their audience realised, you know, YouTube's more entertaining and YouTube has way more integrity than these shady newspapers who have agendas and biased reports. So with the Daily Mail hating YouTubers, the reason that they talk about the YouTubers' earnings is actually something very snide because the average age of the Daily Mail is 58 years old, and I don't really think that the average 58-year-old really cares too much about James Charles, but they will care when they find out how much money James Charles is earning, and they probably won't be too happy. And to be honest, I can't blame them for this because at the end of the day, the older generation really don't know too much about modern technology. So you could take a 58-year-old from Blackpool, for example, Boris from Blackpool, and he's being messed about on his pension by Theresa May, and now he's just come out and seen that somebody that sits in front of their camera is earning so much more than them. And I know that there is more to sitting in front of your camera on YouTube, but that's all they really see it as at the end of the day. So to be fully serious, all this article is pretty much a smear campaign to rile up a bunch of readers that previously didn't even care about YouTube, and I think that is confirmed when you go and read down this article and they start to talk about James Charles' racism allegations. And I've spoken about this previously in a video around 2 months ago, but basically in 2017 James Charles tweeted this: "I can't believe we're going to Africa today. Oh my god, what if we get Ebola?" Now, obviously, Africa is a continent. I think we all know that at this point, but James Charles was called out because apparently he was making a racial stereotype based on the continent of Africa. But the thing is, the country that James was going to was South Africa, and South Africa has actually had a history of a case of Ebola being found in that country. But so many people went pretty much overboard with this tweet, and we even got some weird videos like this.
Oh my god. Get the tea ready, get sat down. This is honestly, I'm so shook by this. I'm already so shook I haven't even started. Do you want to see the lead up to these events? Okay, this is literally me finding out this tea.
A hydro break, to my understanding, they're all like a universal fit. We need to.
Right, I'm a little bit confused, and I'm not trying to offend when I say this, but does this guy have Parkinson's, or is he trying to be funny?
Get the tea ready!
What is this, man? James Charles tweeted that, what if I get Ebola if I go to Africa? And it results in this. I mean, this really shows how overdramatic some beauty YouTubers are, man. Just get a grip. Now, I've shown this clip before, and I don't know who that guy is, but he really just needs to relax and calm down. And I think that the Daily Mail do as well, because, you know, what James tweeted in my world of reality is what we like to know as a joke. Now, even if this was a genuine, serious tweet from James, and it wasn't a joke, and he has apologized for it, I don't even think it's that bad, if I'm being honest, considering that Ebola was such a big thing a few years ago, and it still is now. There was a big epidemic around 5 years ago in the continent of Africa. A few countries did actually get a large amount of cases of Ebola, and I think it's fair to be worried when you go to this continent that you may catch this deadly virus, and I think it is no different to when in 2010, a lot of people in Europe were worried that they were going to get swine flu because it was such a big thing. I feel like a lot of people are just going mental with this thing, or they did go mental with this thing when it was happening, and it was just a case of people wanted to hate on somebody for the smallest possible thing. Now, don't get me wrong, there obviously are some ignorant and horribly racist people out there, but I think there is a difference between being ignorant and a big old Twitter edgelord, which I myself used to be. And you know, to be honest, if I wanted an example of an ignorant bellend, I would look no further than the Daily Mail's comment section on this very article. You know, big boy Anthony commented on this article with "can't bear men in makeup." Well, you know, in response to this, Anthony, if you get irritated by a very talented man wearing makeup, then I have actually come to the conclusion that you have a very small penis. I even clicked on that bloke's profile and it's just him commenting shit about other women on this website. I mean, have a day off, mate. Just take a day off and maybe go and do some research about penis growth, because you definitely need to do that, mate. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some actual nice comments on this article of people defending James, but there are also half of the comment section pretty much just ripping into him, and I just want to read some more because they are so ridiculous, it's funny. Looks absolutely ridiculous. I worry for the future of mankind / personkind. Yeah, I really worry about mankind as well, because, you know, makeup has only actually been around since the creation of YouTube, and ever since that, it's just been ruining society. I mean, the invasion of Iraq in 2001, that was before YouTube, but, you know, somehow makeup contributed to that. Now, to give my full opinion on another man wearing makeup, if you go on Twitter or on Instagram and see another bloke wearing makeup and you genuinely get irritated by that, like you start getting angry and wanting to punch your screen, then I have to say, my friend, you are a colossal virgin and you just need to leave the house and get in some fresh air. The only time that I've ever had a problem with makeup, genuinely, is when I've had a past relationship and my girlfriend just took hours to get ready to go out. That's pretty much the only reason you should get annoyed at some adult wearing makeup. If anything else is irritating you, then just don't say it, because it's just not needed. I really don't understand how the Daily Mail could actually have the audacity to call out James Charles like this when you just go and take a look at the comment section and see who they're actually pandering to, and the same goes for any other news organisation. I saw a clip yesterday floating around where the woman says that she has good makeup because a woman does it.
A glimpse of popular YouTube makeup star James Charles. He was there to open a new store, but his appearance came at the same time city centre traffic became gridlocked for hours.
And it took me an hour and a half to get home. How long did it take you to get home?
About the same. It was amazing. Yeah. But actually, how deep for a makeup star? I mean, you do beautiful makeup. Why? You know, you get yourself on YouTube.
That's because I take advice from a woman, not a man.
Now, I have to say, this is one of the most ridiculous clips I've ever seen. It's just two ignorant and old people who have no concept on actual reality. They're clearly sexist, and they clearly just are such lonely and boring people. Now, I know this video has been a little bit negative. I've laughed throughout it, but I do actually want to end this on a positive note. And to be fair to the media, there are some good media outlets, and I do respect a lot of journalists, but there is just a minority out there which really just do ruin it for everyone. So I am just going to show you a title from the Evening Standard of where they said why James Charles shutting down Morph in Birmingham was a pretty big deal. And I honestly really do like that. I fully respect and appreciate the fact that a lot of media companies out there now are acknowledging that YouTubers, well, some YouTubers are becoming celebrities. Now, I think that we all know that James Charles is going to be going to do bigger and better things than the Daily Mail, and I hope that I can follow the guy's footsteps and, you know, maybe one day I'll open my own makeup store in Birmingham, or I'll be living in Blackpool with Boris. I mean, it's probably better than Norwich, to be fair. Now, to conclude this video, I just want to say a big congratulations to James Charles and his fan base. What they have all created together is pretty insane. I don't even think some big actors would pull in a crowd like that if they went to a mall in Birmingham. So, yeah, fair play. It's actually pretty insane. But that is the end of the video. I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section, but you can also let me know your thoughts at Instagram, at iNabber, where I am always interacting with you guys. It is the best possible place to interact with me personally, and also Twitter is there, where I just post the worst tweets in the world at iNabber TV. And before I end the video, I am going to thank my Patreons. Big thanks to Alex, Alice, Alien21XX, Alex, Anna, Arista, Brianna, Bugabadger, Caitlin, Jakazi, Clarissa, Dinky Dino, Dana, Elia, LL, Ellie, Hannah, Henry, Inochi, Jake, Chu, Jessica, Joanne, Kurika, Lisa, Mady, Majestic, Michaela, Mary Joes, Mary, Maya, Mel, Mio, Meredith, Michael, Michelle, Neve, Noku, Not Your Auntie, Olivia, O'Reilly, Passenger Shaming, Rockstar, Rooster Bros, Riley, Sadie, Scrubby, Sophia, The Bratty Bodyguard, Tonji, Trishan, and I think I did mispronounce O'Reilly or Orly's name again. But anyways, big thanks to Punch to the Patreon. You guys help me out so much, and I appreciate you guys more than you know. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Have a wonderful day, people, and peace out.